Lots of people are afraid that getting divorced means the war of the roses or creamer versus creamer, but it doesn't have to be that way. I'm Catherine Miller. I'm the founder of the Miller Law Group, and I'm on a mission to change how people divorce and help them divorce with dignity. First, I think it's really important to understand that when people are getting divorced, they have a people problem with legal ramifications. It's not a legal problem. And I think it really helps people to think about it that way when they think about how they're going to resolve the questions that need to be resolved. It's really also not a failure. It's a thing that happens in your life. Margaret Mead said she had 3 marriages and all of them ended in divorce. And she was asked at the end of her life how she felt about having 3 failed marriages. And she said, I don't think I had any failed marriages. I had 3 marriages that ran their course and came to an end. And so a lot of times people come to me and they say, I'm not the kind of person who gets divorced, but just because your marriage came to its natural end doesn't mean that you're a failure. So once you decide that you are going to divorce, you have some serious choices to make, because it turns out that most cases, and I mean statistically overwhelmingly, better than 95% in the United States, divorces settle before a judge makes a decision after a trial. And once you realize that, you realize that it's not a question of whether or not you are going to settle, it's a question of how you're going to settle. And so you have some choices. The choice that you really need to make at the beginning of the process, and the one that's going to have the biggest impact on the outcome, your happiness, the relationships you have going forward, and basically your overall satisfaction with the entire process, is the choice of how you're going to make the decisions that need to be made in the divorce process. That means, are you going to try to figure it out yourself? Are you going to hire lawyers and head towards litigation? And if you're not comfortable with one end of the other of that spectrum, there are a couple of choices in the middle that you should really know about. One of them is mediation. In mediation, the couple chooses a neutral party who will help them facilitate the discussions that they need to have, help them identify the issues that need to be resolved, help them gather the information that they need in order to make those decisions, and then facilitate the conversation so that they're able to walk through these difficult conversations with the help of a mediator and reach resolution. The other choice is something called collaborative law or collaborative divorce. And the idea of collaborative law and collaborative divorce is to put together the mediative ideas of working out the conflict and the issues based on criteria that make sense to you rather than making sense to a stranger in a black robe, but also to put in the support of having your lawyers and professionals there. And so in the collaborative process, the idea is the same. Work it out for yourself, but with the support of your attorneys and other professionals. So the lawyers are disqualified by contract from litigating, and everybody comes to one series of meetings with the same idea. Try to work this out on your terms. If you've got any questions about what is the right process for you, give us a call. We'd be happy to help you try to figure it out. 914-303-5249. Remember, nothing will change if you don't take an action. Thanks.